This is the Tristan Law Show. If it's your first time here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I'm Tristan Law, semi-retired pro wrestler, and today I am your host. The Elimination Chamber happened this past weekend, and there is so much to unpack. And I'm talking about John Cena. John Cena turned heel. John Cena turned the bad guy. He joined the dark side there with The Rock and Travis Scott standing over the body of Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. And here's the question. I'm just going to kick this off with a question. Is this like the biggest betrayal since Hulk Hogan has joined the NWO? You remember when Hogan was the third man back in the day? And nobody expected Hulk Hogan to be heel and to join the bad guys, to join the opposition and turn to Hollywood Hogan. Do you expect Hollywood Cena? Is that his name, Hollywood Cena? I don't know. But also today, we're also going to talk about who survived both Elimination Chamber matches. Jade Cargill made her shocking return, and she's going to probably shake up the women's division like she's making shake and bake in the kitchen. And look, I don't think she makes shake and bake. I think she makes her chicken better than that. And then we're also going to talk about the undisputed match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Here's the question. Did Kevin Owens cross the line? But before we do all that, let me ask you this question again. Is John Cena's heel turn the biggest heel turn in pro wrestling history? Let me know in the chat whether it's your first time watching or you come here all the time. My Tristan Law Show podcast is interactive, so whether you comment now or comment after the show, I come in, I read everything, and I comment back. So let's get this started. Jade Cargill. She returns, and she pretty much beats the brakes off of Naomi. So in case you missed it, right? Jade got beat up last year, and as soon as she was cleared, she made her return. But the thing is, like, we didn't know who beat up Jade Cargill, who left her lying there in a pile. We don't know. So we always speculated that it was Bianca Belair, but when Bianca and Naomi were on the case and trying to solve it, they pinned it on Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez because the video showed them walking away from the building. I'm sorry, walking towards the building instead of away from the building. And I think that was the moment when I was like, something is aloof here. We did a whole entire episode a couple weeks ago about 4 superstars who could have attacked Jade Cargill. And right now, Jade Cargill came out and she beat the brakes off of Naomi. She didn't just beat her down. She dog walked Naomi the entire time for 2 minutes. And she let it be known. She let it be known, girl, don't you put your hands on me. So what pretty much culminated at the end of that was Naomi couldn't even compete in the Elimination Chamber match. She had to be stretched out. Now, we all saw this, right? So we're not going to harp on that too long. But here's the question that I'm asking. Do you think that Naomi is the one that attacked Jade Cargill? I'm going to tell you what I think. Tell me in the comments. I'm going to tell you what I think. I don't think it was Naomi. And I definitely don't think it was Liv Morgan. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this, and I'm getting ready to tell you right now exactly what the hell is happening. It's Bianca Belair. I'm telling you. Yo, she's dirtier than a pig that's rolled around in the mud. Okay? Look, when Jade Cargill's music hit and she was coming down to the ring to hand somebody their ass cheeks, Liv Morgan was terrified because she knew that everybody was saying that it was her and she didn't want that smoke. She didn't want that smoke. Naomi. I don't think it was Naomi because Naomi was shocked because they're supposed to be friends with Jade Cargill, but Jade Cargill didn't say, "Hey, girl, I'm going to be at the Elimination Chamber tonight." No, like that's the disconnect for me. That's why I don't think it was Naomi and I don't think it was Liv Morgan. But if you watch it back, you see Bianca Belair in the background, in the pod because she was locked in, watching her friend get dog walked by Jade Cargill. And she was screaming like, no. Let me tell you what happened. Bianca Belair is the reason why Jade Cargill got hurt. The person probably was in some kind of disguise, and if it's not Bianca Belair, it has to be somebody that she sent there. So now maybe the story is that Bianca Belair is trying to get rid of Jade Cargill because she's seen Jade Cargill as some kind of like, competition. The pool is not big enough. The playground is not big enough for two black women to be on top. So let me get rid of you so I can be on top. So she got rid of her, right? But now she's still friends with Naomi because she doesn't see Naomi as a threat. And she watched her homegirl get her butt beat. But like, that's not what she really wanted. She just wanted Jade to go away. She didn't think Jade would come back. Crazy, right? That's not the story that they're telling us. But do you believe that Naomi is the culprit on the attack for Jade Cargill? Please tell me in the comments, because I need to know. If you are liking what I'm talking about so far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We've got a lot of subscribers coming in left and right into the channel. I'm up to 192 subscribers. Shout out to every single person that has given me a chance, to grow. I don't compete with other small name YouTube podcasts that talk about wrestling. I compete with the big ones, and all the big ones, I'm coming for you. I'm not coming for you. There's enough room for us to all sit at the same exact table, but go ahead and subscribe. Dom Delivers checks in and says, return listener here. Thank you so much for coming back. You're doing some good things in the podcast world. Keep doing your thing. Check out her podcast, Dom Delivers. All you ladies out there that are watching, that podcast might be for you. But let's talk about the actual Elimination Chamber match. In case you don't know who won that one. The person that won that one was, who won that one? That was Bianca Belair, my girl, Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair won that one. And we're going to get the opportunity to, something's missing here. What is missing? Something is missing. Uh-oh. Wait, hold on. Oh, this is the thing about being live, right? There you go. Okay, we're back. Okay. So Bianca Belair, she won the match. She's getting ready to go to WrestleMania to take on Rhea Ripley, or it might be Io Sky. We kind of got to watch Raw tonight to kind of figure it out. But Bianca Belair, she defeated Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Naomi, Bayley, and Roxanne Perez. And she survived, so she's definitely going to be the one that's going to be main eventing or going to be challenging for the Women's World Championship against whoever it is, Io or Rhea Ripley. What I'm not looking forward to, though, is WWE making it a little bit too easy and just making it like a triple threat. Not really looking for a triple threat. It's if they do a triple threat, I'm going to say automatically Rhea Ripley's going to lose, right? But somebody's going to pin somebody else. That's just how it's going to go to keep the story going. But the way that dynamic worked in the match with Naomi not being there, it changed the dynamics because it allowed Bianca Belair and Naomi to not touch each other. And because they didn't get to touch each other, it leaves the opportunity in if Bianca Belair is the person that attacked Jade Cargill. Now, Naomi's going to want to have to catch her licks back in on Bianca Belair. But they didn't touch each other in that match. They would have had to touch each other some way in that match, but they didn't get to do it. So it leaves the opportunity for it to happen down the road. And I'm telling you right now, wrestling is so much fun. If it's your first time watching wrestling in a long time, if you're new to wrestling, if you're a long time wrestling is cool again. It is so cool again. But so we're looking forward to that. That's what's happening at WrestleMania. Bianca Belair versus possibly Io Sky or Rhea Ripley. So make sure you watch Raw tonight. Let's take a look at the chat. Don Delivers checks in and says that Naomi seems like the culprit, but WWE could swerve us. Talking about WWE could swerve us. They swerved the dog crap out of us this past weekend. They did a lot of different swerving things, and we're definitely going to get into that a little bit more as we go down. But she says that Naomi is the plan for WrestleMania. Naomi likely did it. Otherwise, a twist may be coming. Look, I don't like the easy answer. The easy answer is Naomi. Remember, the easy answer was Bianca Belair, but they swerved it one way, so now they can go back to making it Bianca Belair because everybody's like, oh, wait, it's Naomi. There are people in the world that think that Naomi did it, and they're okay with the fact that saying, okay, well, Naomi did it. But I'm telling you, it's not Naomi. It's Bianca Belair. She either knows who did it because she sent them or she did it herself. I'm telling you. Thank you so much for your comment. But do you think Bianca will close the deal at WrestleMania and bring the championship home? That's something that we're going to definitely have to watch WrestleMania 41, either night 1 or night 2. Not sure which night they'll be on to find out the answers to that. But I'll tell you this. Speaking of WrestleMania, tomorrow at live at noon Eastern, we are looking at 4 more WWE Hall of Fame rejects that must be fixed in 2025. You can't catch it live, that's fine. Watch the replay anytime, on demand on YouTube, or catch the audio-only version 6 days after where you find podcasts. So we had a little unsanctioned match, right? We talked about this a couple weeks ago, right? When we were looking at Raw leading up to the Elimination Chamber. And one of the things that I liked about the match is that they did something that I thought they should have done. And one of the things that WWE did was that they didn't let the referee wear a referee shirt. And because if it's unsanctioned, right? If it's unsanctioned, WWE is saying that we don't want anything to do with this at all. So why would their referees have a shirt? They had them wear a regular old black shirt, and I think that just worked. But then the referee got bumped. The referee got knocked down, and subsequent referees came out after one of the refs got bumped, and guess what they were wearing? Referee shirts. At that point, it's like, yo, hey, before you run out there, take off that shirt. Because remember, you don't work, we don't sanction that. So if you want to go be involved in that, go be involved in that. But you know what? We don't want to be involved with that. Don't wear our logo on your shirt. You couldn't wear an NFL referee official shirt in the NBA or MLB. You'd look really silly running up and down a basketball court wearing an MLB umpire's uniform, right? Because NBA does not sanction MLB matches and vice versa. If the WWE didn't sanction it, the referee shouldn't have came out with the referee shirt at all. That's just if you ask me. But WWE behaved really differently. WWE is like in a new entire era. They're like almost in like a renaissance. And one of the things that they're doing is that they're helping us relearn wrestling. They're reteaching us wrestling. And the way that they're doing that is that now they dim the lights, they lower the lights down, and they just had the spotlight the whole entire time following them because you know what? We don't sanction that match. We're not wasting the light bill on that. That's what I think that WWE kind of did with that too. But they had the darker lighting, they had the headshots, and the brutal storytelling. In the WWE, you don't hit people in the head. And the reason why you don't hit people in the head is because, concussions and stuff like that. And that's something that I did as well too. When I wrestled, I never got hit in the head because I said, you know what? I always got a job I got to go to on Monday, a real job, and I need my brains. Like you can hit me anywhere else or beat me up anywhere else, but just don't hit me in my head because I didn't want a concussion, didn't want, any damage to my skull or neck or anything else like that. But WWE flipped the script, and what they did was they hit each other in the head, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And you know why that was allowed? Because it was an unsanctioned match. Just a form of subtle storytelling that WWE is doing these days. It's like, golly, it makes it so damn fun to be a fan. It makes it so damn fun that if you haven't been a fan in a long time, it makes it like, it's almost like the Attitude Era. And I hate saying this, but it makes it look like the Attitude Era is just like alive, but it's not the Attitude Era. It's like the Attitude Era all grown up now. Oh, I see you, Attitude Era. I remember you from so long ago. You're all grown up now. Look at you. You got your kids and everything else like that. Yo, it's fun. It's dope. If you've been watching for a long time, or if you disconnected in the Attitude Era, when you watch now, it's like there's a lot of callbacks to what's happening. Speaking about a callback, if you watch the Elimination Chamber and the unsanctioned match between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, that first guy that comes out in the suit and is telling Kevin Owens, enough. Do you know who that is? I'm going to tell you. He is the inventor of Well, I don't want to say he's the inventor, but he's the one that made the Canadian Destroyer popular, and I'm talking about Petey Williams. And Petey Williams, I used to watch him when I used to go to TNA Wrestling back in Universal Orlando way back in the day, way back when, Joe Moses was a child. And he used to do the Canadian Destroyer, and I used to get so mad because I blinked. It happened so quick I would miss it. But he's a Canadian guy. So there was 3 Canadians involved in that match. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Petey Williams, and they did it in front of Canada. And if you ask me, being like somebody that's from New York, imagine if I was in the ring with another New Yorker in New York, and the person that was producing my match was from New York as well too. And it's like, yo, we're doing this for our hometown. So I could see like a little sense of pride that, anybody from Canada could feel if you know. But if you didn't know and you're from Canada, you know what? Shout out to you now, But Randy Orton made his return at the end of the match. I'm saying, I told y'all Randy Orton was going to come back. And Randy Orton only wants one thing, and he wants Kevin Owens' ass. But you know what? No, he doesn't want Kevin Owens' ass. He wants to kick his head off his shoulders with the punt. Remember when Randy Orton was the legend killer? You might not remember that. You might have just started watching wrestling. But welcome to the Tristan Law Show still. I'm Tristan Law, semi-retired pro wrestler and your host. Randy Orton used to kick the head off of people back in the day and just leave them lying. And I think that the punt is just as deadly as Kevin Owens' pile driver. Imagine him going to WrestleMania and having a pile driver versus punt match to, where they're going to throw it in there. Or you know what? Why don't they just strip both of those moves off from everybody and just let them just do what they do? The storytelling there is going to be immense in what's going on with Randy Orton. Randy Orton, he's set out for blood. And speaking of setting out for blood, we are still going to talk about John Cena's epic heel turn. So make sure you keep it locked. You don't leave. To stay with me. Come along for the ride because we're ramping up on that roller coaster because that's what everybody in wrestling wants to talk about. And we are going to talk about it today. You don't even have to worry because before we say goodbye and good night, we're going to talk about that tonight. So just keep it locked right here. But yeah, man, WrestleMania is shaping up to be one hell of a pay-per-view. Or PLE, Premium Live Event. Let me use the proper vernacular. And I think that if everything keeps going how it's going, I think that this WrestleMania might be the biggest WrestleMania of all time. I said it already. But let me ask you a question about Jade Cargill's. Let me ask you a question in general. How do you feel that WrestleMania is shaping up? Tell me in the comments. Jade Cargill's return, though, and the unsanctioned match between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were not the only shocking moments of the night. Still to come, like I said, is John Cena's heel turn, but let's go into the men's Elimination Chamber match. But if you like what I'm doing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. The subscribe means a lot. It means that I'm doing a good job, and I love the compliments. But before we go into that, let's take a look at some of the chat real quick. Dom Delivers says that, wait, you said that it could be Sasha Banks? No, I don't think it's Sasha Banks that attacked Jade Cargill. Did I say Sasha Banks? Look, that's my boo back in the day, so I might have mentioned her name, Sasha Banks, by accident, so I apologize. She also says, or could there be a new alliance woman with some rising stars, or could it be your girl Bianca? 100% it's my girl Bianca. And if it's not Bianca that attacked Jade Cargill, she knows exactly who did it. Thank you so much for your comments. So looking at the men's Elimination Chamber match, we know that John Cena defeated Damian Priest, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, and Logan Paul. That's what we got there. And this match here just felt so different. And why did it feel different? Because it was different. It was 100% different going into that match as a whole, because it's just like, John Cena had a lot riding on that match. Then you had somebody like, you had all the beef between Logan Paul and CM Punk and just and Seth Rollins going in there and Damian Priest, and everybody was just like, they were warring. Like, it was just more than going into WrestleMania. You know, I was the one that go ahead and went ahead and predicted that Logan Paul might actually be the winner. You know, I thought that would just upset everybody, and I got so much hate and backlash on social media. But make sure you follow me on TikTok at Tristan Law Show, because sometimes we have some really good discussions over there. So go ahead and hit a follow over there as well too. That's what you do in TikTok. You follow people. But John Cena fought this match like it was his last chance. And it was his last chance. John Cena says that after this year is done, he's retiring and he's never coming back to pro wrestling again. And speaking about somebody who people don't want to come back to pro wrestling, we are going to look at Logan Paul. When Logan Paul was coming out to the ring, Logan Paul got more middle fingers than a handful of gloves. And just like everybody's just pushing up that middle finger at Logan. Everybody's just pushing up that middle finger at Logan Paul, and it's just like, yo, Logan Paul's a heel. Logan Paul's a heel to stay. But looking at those middle fingers, though, I don't think the middle fingers were all for Logan Paul. I think some of the middle fingers might have been towards the American flag because it took place in Toronto. Now, this is not a political podcast, but if you know anything about what's happening in politics right now, about Canada possibly being the 51st state, maybe that's where that backlash came from. And then maybe Kevin Owens, and then maybe Logan Paul carrying the American flag was just like the gasoline that just blew everything up. Look, I don't know. I also heard that the American anthem was sung at the Elimination Chamber, and people just like hated that as well too. So I don't know. I didn't see that one. I just heard about it online. So like there's a lot going on right now in the climate when it comes to America, but having Logan Paul carry that American flag, look, man, people hate Logan Paul. And I did a whole entire episode last week where I said that WWE does not care if we hate Logan Paul. Go ahead and check that episode out when you're done watching this one. John Cena won. But I don't think John Cena didn't do it clean, because John Cena had help from Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins had to curb stomp CM Punk in order for John Cena to win. Because if you watch the match, CM Punk never submitted. This is not typical John Cena, and that's when I felt like everything was that the seeds were being sown for something special happening, because that is not like John Cena, right? Even though you can't see John Cena, you could definitely see. I definitely saw something like that coming. That's not what John Cena does. John Cena doesn't do that. John Cena took advantage of the situation. His win wasn't clean. And the question I'm asking you right now, tell me in the comments, because Seth Rollins curb stomped CM Punk and John Cena went for the quick cover to beat CM Punk to win the Elimination Chamber, did John Cena really earn his Elimination Chamber win? That's one hell of a question. If you ask me, let me know what you're thinking. What you think in the comments. But if you don't like my ugly mugly face, 6 days after every live episode, wherever you find podcasts, you can listen to the audio only version of the Tristan Law Show. So make sure you check that out. We're getting ready to jump into the John Cena heel turn. That's what everybody's talking about in pro wrestling right now. It's hotter than some grits. It's hotter than cooking oil. It's hotter than, I don't know, it's hotter than hot. So after the match, Cody Rhodes came out to stand toe-to-toe with the man that he's going to be facing at WrestleMania, John Cena. The one who didn't even really win the Elimination Chamber because he had help. There's nothing about loyalty in that. There's no hustle, and there's definitely no respect in the way that John Cena won that match. So then, The Rock came out with Travis Scott. Now everybody's asking, like, what does Travis Scott have to do with this? I did some research on Travis Scott, and Travis Scott is a very big wrestling fan. He actually has a record label called Cactus Jack Records, which is the alter ego to Mick Foley, Mankind, Dude Love, yeah, all that. Just do some research after this. But Travis Scott's a wrestling fan, and he likes wrestling. He does some music for the WWE, but he came out in tow with The Rock. So after that, the WWE turned everything on their head and allowed Cody Rhodes to say the F word on that. They allowed Cody Rhodes to say the F word because The Rock wanted Cody's soul. Wait, hold on, I gotta be careful. I gotta make sure I'm not saying Cody's whole. I'm saying Cody's soul. Let me try to slow it down. So The Rock really wanted Cody's soul, and he said that he was going to come to Elimination Chamber to see if he can get Cody's soul. Cody's soul. So what happened was that The Rock said, well, Cody, can I have your soul? And then Cody said, go F yourself. He said the full word. I don't say that word because my mother might be watching and kids could be watching. We don't say those words on here. They don't say them in WWE either. But they said it at Elimination Chamber, and they didn't bleep it or censor it. That shows that we're in a new time of wrestling. It was perfect because WWE doesn't need to use that language all the time. And they use the language when it matters the most and it gains the most impact because it was unexpected. I was halfway watching because I was working on another project, and then I heard that, everybody went, oh, I'm like, what happened? And I ran it back, and I'm like, oh, well, Cody just said no. Oh, no, Cody said the F word. It's crazy because WWE is giving us that edgy attitude era-ish programming that we desire, that we want. They're giving us edgy like the world is. The thing about pro wrestling is that it usually always mirrors the world. However the world is right now, they mirror it. And right now, the world is like in a go F yourself kind of situation right now. And by us hearing Cody Rhodes said that word, it took a lot of people. It made everybody sit on the edge of their chair and say, what is going to happen next? I'll tell you what happened next. You know what? I'm not even going to tell you what happened next. I'm also going to show you what happened next. What happened next was that John Cena was like, yeah, that's right. That's right. You stood up for yourself. Let me go ahead and give you a bro hug. And then his emotions changed. Like John Cena went from looking like John Cena to like the old man from Up. Y'all don't think that John Cena looked like the old grandpa from Up? Let me show you that again. Look at that real good. He don't look like the old man from Up? I think he do. Let me know in the comments what you think if John Cena looks like the old man from Up. But either way, John Cena's demeanor changed. And I knew right away after the hug, even when he was in the ring, I was yelling at the TV, Cody, don't trust him. Cody, you need to run. You need to turn away because you know what? Your best interests are not in the ring right now. You see, Cody not from the hood. Cody from the burbs, right? So his spider sense wasn't tingling that he shouldn't have been there. My spider sense was tingling like, Cody, you need to run. Because you got The Rock in there, the final boss. You got Travis Scott. Don't know what he doing there, why he was lighting a candle. Why was Travis Scott lighting a candle? Does somebody understand? Because I don't understand. What's he doing? And then you had John Cena stand over there, extra happy and extra giddy. Like, bro, what are you doing? Get out of here. Yo, Cody should have ran. And then after Cody Rhodes got kicked in the family jewels, in the Rhodes family, Cody Rhodes got kicked in the Rhodes family jewels by John Cena. And this was the look on John Cena's face. Still looking like the grandpa from Up. And that's his face. No more smiling. No more teeth. No more hustle. No more loyalty. No more respect. Just hate. Because nobody's going to tell him that he's not going to get that last championship. Because he's getting ready to retire. But there was a moment in the ring, 100%, that Cody Rhodes felt like he was alone. Last year going into WrestleMania was the final boss in the bloodline with Roman Reigns and gang against Cody Rhodes. And John Cena was there to help. The Undertaker was there to help. But the person that was helping Cody Rhodes last year was in the ring, John Cena, standing right next to him with Travis Scott and The Rock in the ring. And it's just like, yeah, my man is here to help me. But after Cody Rhodes got kicked in the Rhodes family jewels, you could see him looking at John Cena. And he's almost like, why? Like, bro, how did this happen to me? I'm gonna tell y'all how this happened, because y'all don't be listening to me when I be talking to y'all. When I be telling y'all what's happening in the WWE, y'all be thinking it's a game. Y'all be judging me on social media. You can follow me at The Real Big Tris on Threads, because we be over there doing the talking. I'm the person that does all the commenting on the social media for the Tristan Law Show on TikTok. So when I be on TikTok telling people this is what I feel is going to happen, y'all be like, nope. How dare you? How dare you negate my feelings and my thoughts by telling me that I'm dumb? There was a guy that I was talking to on Threads that told me that John Cena can't turn heel because he's getting ready to retire. Heel is the bad guy, in case you don't know. It's true. John Cena can't turn heel because how does he leave on the top of the mountain if he's the bad guy? You know what? They got 10 months to figure that out. And that's why I said on Threads, if John Cena loses the Elimination Chamber, he's going to sell his soul, not his whole, but his soul, to The Rock. But he won the Elimination Chamber match and still sold his soul. You see, I got to be careful there. There might be kids watching. It's 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And he sold it to The Rock. Real quick. Starting this new thing here on the Tristan Law Show is that after every episode, we're going to be talking again. There's going to be a mini episode, maybe about a minute long, and it's going to be exclusive to YouTube Shorts. I'm calling it After the Show, so you can come in there. You can definitely lay in your comments and put your flag in the sand. So make sure you look for that. That's going to be popping up about 5 p.m. Eastern. That's the time I'm going to test and see if that works. But it's going to pop up. Just comment, and while I'm at work at my regular job, I will be responding to you all day long. As long as whatever you got to say, just be respectful. Just come up and let's just do this. You kicked them in the Cody Rhodes family jewels. That's what The Rock did with John Cena and everything else. Like The Rock gave the and that meant done him. Sorry, I'm sorry. Jamaican. First generation American, father and mother. But he said, finish him. No, I'm going to do it the way that my family would say it. They said, done him. So what happened was that he got dunned by John Cena. But the question is like, what is next? What's next in the WWE? What's happening at Monday Night Raw? What's happening on SmackDown? What's going to happen with John Cena? What's going to happen with Cody Rhodes? What's going to happen with The Rock? What's going to happen with Travis Scott? We have 1 month and 1 week until WrestleMania. Look. John Cena turning his back on all the fans. There are people that have been watching John Cena wrestle in the WWE since about... Let's say that John Cena's been a babyface since about maybe 06, 05. And there's people that grew up that are 20 years old and could say, you know what, I watched John Cena when I was 5. They love John Cena. They're into the hustle, loyalty, respect. That was their version of Hulk Hogan. My version was Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's who the hell I grew up with, who got me in trouble at school, right? But the next generation was John Cena. And he's always been a babyface. He's always been that lovable, laughy guy. And I think that this moment is just as big as Hulk Hogan joining the NWO. Hold on, stop. Stone Cold Steve Austin did it too. Stone Cold Steve Austin was battling uphill against Vince McMahon, the boss at the time. And I'm going to talk about something that they did with The Rock that many people might not realize, so stick with me for a second. And then Stone Cold Steve Austin aligned with the boss, who we all liked for him to beat up, and he aligned with the boss. And I think that was probably when Stone Cold Steve Austin's career started going downhill. But this time it's different because it's John Cena. John Cena's just different. He's just special. Let me go into that Rock thing I was telling you about. The Rock is going to be this generation. They missed the generation. We had Vicky Guerrero, we had Teddy Long, we had Eric Bischoff, right? As authority figures, we had Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, but this version's authority figure, this generation's boss, is going to be The Rock. Just listen to me. You're probably saying, "Oh, I knew that already." Be quiet. Just listen for a second. The reason why I felt that is because they took ample time at the Elimination Chamber to sit here and explain to us that The Rock is the TKO board, one of the TKO board of directors, and that he does all these good things in Hollywood, and he's a boss, and he makes money, and he's in charge, and he has a voice. The only reason they're telling us that is because The Rock is going to be the boss. He is the final boss. Look at it like this, right? We all know, it's not a secret, and if it's a secret for you, you're going to know right now. We all know that Triple H is the person that is in charge of the WWE as far as it comes to creative, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Since you know that, we know that there's nobody higher than Triple H, right? Right?
Oh, yeah.
You're wrong. There is somebody higher than Triple H. Nick Khan, TKO, the guy that owns TKO, what's his name? Ari Emanuel, and The Rock, the board of directors. Anybody that knows anything about business knows that everybody works for the shareholders and for the board of directors, and the board of directors work for the shareholders. The board of directors are the bosses. If they don't want you there no more, you're not going to be there. Hence why Vince McMahon had to step down and he had to leave and all this other stuff amidst his scandals. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about The Rock. The Rock could come out and be like, "Look, you know what, Triple H, this is what you want. We're not doing that. We're doing this." Granted, storyline. But I think The Rock is going to be able to go away and do exactly what he needs to do and make his movies and do everything else. And every now and then, "Oh yeah, The Rock said to do this. This is what we're doing tonight." The Rock doesn't have to be there. The Rock doesn't even have to get in the ring and fight and get his hands dirty. We are at a pivotal time in pro wrestling, and it's a good time to be alive because you get to watch this history unfold. That in 10, 15 years, somebody's going to say, "Yo, you remember when John Cena turned heel?" And you're going to be like, "Yes, I lived it." I wasn't alive. Actually, no, I was alive when Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant. The body slam heard around the world. I was alive but I was a kid. I was like a baby. I might have been like 3 or 2 or something like that. I was alive for when Hulk Hogan was the third man at Bash at the Beach and joined the NWO. But I'm so glad to be alive to hear the heel turn around the world. The gasp. Go back and watch that episode of the Elimination Chamber. You're going to see people with their mouths open. Like if you were looking to pull people's tongues out of their mouths, that'd be the perfect opportunity. They were shocked. Nobody saw it coming. I saw it coming, though. I promise you I saw it coming. And look, somebody's probably watching this right now and go, "How did you see it coming? What makes you so special?" No, listen to me. Listen to me. I'm a wrestler, semi-retired pro wrestler, your host, Tristan Law, host of the Tristan Law Show. Thanks for joining me. When I look at pro wrestling, I look at pro wrestling differently than a traditional fan because I've wrestled. And I was always a heel. I was a heel for the majority of my career. And what I do is I love to upset the people. The reason why I love to upset the people is because they want to come back next time just to see if the good guy can win. The good guy can't always win. He can't. It doesn't make sense. Who wants to watch something where the good guy always wins? You want something that's why I said I wanted Logan Paul to win. A lot of people said they were going to turn off their TVs. Come on, bruh. You ain't going to turn off your TV. You were definitely going to watch WrestleMania. Anybody who said that they're not going to watch WrestleMania if Logan Paul won, the lie detector test has determined that is a lie. People are going to even want to watch now because they want to see what happens with Cody Rhodes. Listen to me. Here's something else you need to ask yourself. We saw Cody Rhodes in the ring with The Rock, with Travis Scott, and John Cena was on his side. Y'all see that guy with the green shirt with the smiley face? I've been trying to get him on the Tristan Law show. I think he's a cool guy. Him and the Trini Flag guy, they show up to all the WWE events. If you know them, tell them to hit me up on Instagram or wherever, because I want to get them on the show. I want to talk to them. I think they're pretty interesting, but that's not what I'm talking about. Is pay attention. So John Cena was on the side of Cody Rhodes, standing across from the ring from The Rock and Travis Scott, until John Cena kicked Cody Rhodes in the Rhodes family jewel. There's a question that needs to be asked. Who's got Cody Rhodes back? Not one person came out, because you know what? They don't want that smoke. You know, maybe they're not willing to sell their soul to The Rock, to the final boss, so they didn't want to be on the losing end like Cody Rhodes was. Let's take a look at John Cena one time looking like the grandpa from Up. Come on, man. You don't think he looked like the grandpa from Up? All right, maybe your brother. He doesn't have Kevin Owens, because him and Kevin Owens have beef. He doesn't have Randy Orton, because Randy Orton and Kevin Owens got beef. And they'll be handing each other's behinds to each other at WrestleMania. He doesn't have Seth Rollins, because I think Seth Rollins might be a little bit busy with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk again. He definitely doesn't have John Cena, grandpa from Up, because of what happened at the Elimination Chamber. So here's the question. Who helps Cody Rhodes this time? If anybody's watching this right now, sit down in your seats. Do not go and say that you are going to go help Cody Rhodes, because you don't want to. Let me tell you why you don't want to help Cody Rhodes. Come closer. Let me talk to you so you can hear me. Cody Rhodes is toxic. I said it. Look, Cody Rhodes is toxic. Kevin Owens, toxic now. Randy Orton, he's toxic, because now he got to go fight Randy Orton. Sami Zayn, toxic. Had to go fight Kevin Owens. Seth Rollins, toxic. Now he's sitting here dealing with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. Oh, let's take a look at John Cena, grandpa from Up, toxic. He decided to go line himself with the final boss. Every person that was helping Cody Rhodes last year at WrestleMania is gone, because now they had some kind of toxicity into their blood. And let me tell you, this is because of Cody Rhodes. Look, the reason why Cody Rhodes got kicked in the Rhodes family jewels is because he's naive. Because he's so busy out there palling around pretending that he's a babyface when he's really a heel. So now when he's in a ring with a bunch of heels, instead of him running, he hung out there with John Cena, because thinking John Cena is his man's. Because he can't really smell. John Cena is in a Cody Rhodes is in a porta potty that smells like poop and thinks it smells like roses, because he's so darn naive. Okay? And we all know how a porta potty smells. Especially if you've been to the West Indian Day Parade in Brooklyn and had to use a porta potty. I don't use porta potties. Neither here nor there. I think the reason why Cody Rhodes had all those people on his side and let's let them go off and do their thing, because Cody Rhodes should have just been a mediator and say, hey guys, listen, we were all together last year fighting against the Bloodline and the final boss. Like, maybe we shouldn't fight each other this time. Maybe we should just all be friends and just get along. How about we go have a little bit of drink? Wheatley, that's what Cody Rhodes used to peddle. It's not Wheatley so good you could drink it neatly. Not a paid sponsor for the Tristan Law show. Just something I wanted to say. It's because Cody Rhodes didn't want them to come for his championship. If they're over there fighting to the left and to the right, they can't come here in the middle for the championship, so let them do their thing. So now Cody Rhodes is alone. Who do you think is going to help Cody Rhodes? Y'all ain't ready for this. Y'all ain't ready for this. This is going to be a surprise to you. Who is going to help Cody Rhodes? And I've been on this for, I've been on this for over a half an hour. And I normally do half an hour shows. 35 minutes max, maybe 40 minutes, but we're pushing the time. Okay, there's a lot to talk about today. There's a lot to unpack. It's like moving. I don't like moving because I don't like unpacking boxes, right? I just have them in a room. But right now, we're going to unpack this box. It's a lot to unpack because the Elimination Chamber, there's so much that we can talk about. Listen to me. Who is going to help Cody Rhodes? It's going to come in the form of a foe. And this is going to knock your socks off. And listen to me to what I told you. It's Roman Reigns. Where else can Cody Rhodes find some kind of help at this point? Because Cody Rhodes is going to need help. His brother can't help him. Dustin Rhodes, a.k.a. Goldust, a.k.a. He's in AEW. You can't help him. His wife can't help him, right? Because they're going to beat the brakes off of her. So who is going to help Cody Rhodes? Who is going to have the fortitude to come out there and help Cody Rhodes? Tell me in the comments whether you're watching this live or on demand. Been here so darn long, sitting here doing this. I might as well ask you. If you like what I'm saying, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Let me tell you about the subscribe button. It means that you like me. It means that you think I'm doing a good job. Go ahead and hit the subscribe. Why not? Why not? You're not doing anything else right now. Just listening to me and nodding your head going, why, this guy's crazy. Okay, maybe I'm a little crazy. Okay, no, I'm not crazy. No, this is like my legit personality. Like, if you know me and I'm doing things, like my best friend Val, she could tell you, she's probably watching going, that's my best friend Tristan. And she goes, that's my best friend. Like, we crazy when we together. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be Roman Reigns. I'm going to give myself a hand clap because you know what? If it's not Roman Reigns, then who? Let's see. Okay, let's think about it real quick. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something that I never ever do. I'm going to go off the script because I normally have everything, in bullet points, so I know what I'm talking about. So I could stay on task, on target, and I'm going to look at the WWE roster right now and see if there's anybody that can help Cody Rhodes. Akira Tozawa? Let me look at the buzz already. Akira Tozawa? No. Okay. Andrade? All right. Oh, what about Angelo Dawkins? Apollo Crews? Okay, damn. All right, let's keep going. Big E? That ain't happening. Let's see. Braun Strowman? I don't know. That's a possibility. Okay. Brock Lesnar. Look, they said Brock Lesnar was supposed to come back. But Cody Rhodes actually... Brock Lesnar's not a bad idea. If Brock Lesnar's going to help Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes did beat Brock Lesnar to go on the road to eventually beat Roman Reigns, but I think that Brock Lesnar is still a little bit, his situation is still a little bit too messy with the whole Vince McMahon thing, how they said that he was, Vince McMahon was trying to give him girls and stuff like that. So for right now, we're just going to Brock Lesnar, keep moving on. Braun Breaker, no. So far I haven't seen anybody, and I'm just scrolling through. I'm just going to scroll through. Oh, Cody Rhodes. Oh, look, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes can't even help himself. I'm going to keep scrolling. Damian Priest, going to be busy. Dirty Dom, yeah, don't bet your life on that one. There is nobody that I'm seeing right now that works for the WWE that can help him right now. And I think I'm almost at the bottom. Jey Uso? No. Jey Uso, no. I don't see Jey Uso helping him because Jey Uso got his own troubles at WrestleMania. Okay, but you know what? I just thought of a name. Let me just scroll through and keep it going because we're at N right now to see who can help him. Oh, look, Jesus. Nope, Jesus can't help Cody Rhodes in this one. And we're almost at the bottom. I'm just going to stop looking because I don't see anybody. Oh, Shane McMahon is still on the roster. Maybe Shane could come help him. I don't know. Possibility. How though? How? All right, so let's get out of that. Let's come back. This is where we at. Okay? If anybody's going to help him, I'm going to say it's R-Truth. R-Truth could probably be the only one that can get through to John Cena. Look, listen to me. Has anybody checked on R-Truth lately? R-Truth runs around saying that, I'm going to do an hour. Okay, I'm gonna do less than an hour. So time is ticking. We got about 8 minutes left. We're gonna finish this at exactly an hour or less, or your money back guarantee. And lucky for you, didn't pay for this, so I don't got nothing to give you. But it's R-Truth. R-Truth was the one that said that he looked up to John Cena as a kid. That's his idol. You know, when nobody was able to see John Cena, R-Truth was, as a kid, able to see him. You know, it's storyline. Just be quiet and just listen. But John Cena was able to see him because R-Truth was able to see John Cena because R-Truth was able to see Little Jimmy. And this is going back like 10 years now. If you don't know what Little Jimmy is, it's all right. We'll probably cover that one day, or just Google Little Jimmy. And he's probably going to be the only one that's going to be able to break through to John Cena, to help John Cena, to help Cody Rhodes come up from underneath this. And that's a reach. I don't know who the heck is going to help Cody Rhodes. You let me know who you think who's going to help. Because right now, Cody Rhodes is in big problems. Big problems. All because of the grandpa from Up. I still think it looks like the grandpa from Up. I don't care what you tell me. This Elimination Chamber, again, like I was saying, the whole match, it just felt different. Because it's like the Elimination Chamber used to just be a match, just to be a match. Like you watched the first Elimination Chamber match where Shawn Michaels won and won the heavyweight championship. But this here, the Elimination Chamber is just as important as the Royal Rumble because we get to know what's happening at WrestleMania. And it's so awesome that we got this, and it's just like, what's next? It makes you want to watch Raw tonight. It makes you just want to just fall in love with wrestling again, because I love wrestling. And if you're watching this right now, I assume that you love wrestling too. And if you don't love wrestling as much as I do, I hope by you watching this show, the Tristan Law Show, that you learn to love wrestling as much as I did too. Let me tell you something. I loved wrestling so much, I decided to spend all my hard-earned money. Nobody never helped me pay for it, and I went to go learn to be a wrestler. And now I get to sit around and talk about it with you. I love wrestling. When I first moved back to New York, and I had a friend that was about an hour away, right? But no other friends that were close by. You know who my friend was? Wrestling. Every time I had a bad time in my life, I didn't know which way to turn. Where did I turn? Wrestling. Either me watching it or me doing it. Wrestling has always been an outlet for me, and I'm glad that I get to share my outlet with you. And I hope that you guys find the love that I'm talking to you so passionately about what's happening with John Cena, with Bianca Belair, with Cody Rhodes, with Roman Reigns, whatever it is that I talk about when it comes to wrestling. There's a passion there, and it's so fun to be a pro wrestling fan right now. Let me ask you a question. But before I do that, subscribe. If your first time watching, if you've been on the fence about this guy, this crazy guy, semi-retired pro wrestler, and your host, Tristan Law, that's me, and you've been on the fence, you're not sure, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Just hit that subscribe button. It's a compliment. It lets me know that you like what I'm doing. Here's a question. How long do you think John Cena's heel run will last? Is it full time or is it short term? Will it be over before he retires in a couple months? Will it be something that they're just going to do and just get rid of? I don't know. I don't know. But I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. But everything that we thought about WrestleMania, everything we could imagine, it's changed. The updated WrestleMania picture probably kind of looks just like this. Some matches I'm freestyling, and some matches are actually happening. Bianca Belair's road to WrestleMania is partially set. Is she going to face Rhea Ripley or Io Sky? We got to watch Raw tonight to find that out. Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton, it's bound to happen. It's been a long time coming for Kevin. Kevin Owens is a bad friend, and he's backstabbed anybody that he's ever called a friend. Cody Rhodes, backstabbed him. Sami Zayn, the two brothers from Canada that came up together, backstabbed him. Randy Orton, backstabbed him. Chris Jericho, Chris Jericho from AEW when he was in WWE, Kevin Owens backstabbed him as well too. Let me tell you something. If I ever needed a friend, I don't want that friend to be Kevin Owens. Not at all. Gunther versus Jey Uso, that's a lock. The celebration is going to be massive when Jey Uso wins. I can't see Jey Uso not winning. The spectacle of everybody doing the yeet in the arena in Las Vegas overpowers everything. That is going to be epic, and it's going to be something that's going to live in the WWE forever. It has to happen. It has to happen. Cody versus Cena. Let me tell you something. You thought WrestleMania 40 was huge? Wait until WrestleMania 41. And we are 1 month and 1 week away. Where does The Rock and Travis Scott fit in? Is the final boss going to get in the ring this year? What about Travis Scott? I heard he was out there practicing wrestling as well too. Let me tell you something. If I have not convinced you, right now it is a good time to be a wrestling fan. WrestleMania. It's 2 nights. WrestleMania is so big that they couldn't do it in one night anymore. And actually, yeah, it was too damn big. I went to WrestleMania 35 and we was out there for like 8 hours straight. I'm like, damn, WWE, can you at least send me a check? Is John Cena heel turn? Let me talk about that for one more second. Is this the biggest twist in WWE since Hogan's NWO turn? Questions. I asked you a lot of questions today. If you missed a moment, go back and watch it again from the beginning. I encourage you to watch this again from the beginning. Tomorrow at noon, I'll be back with 4 more Hall of Fame rejects that must be fixed in 2025. Catch it live anytime or on demand, or you even go to YouTube 6 days after to where you find podcasts. You can catch it there. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Tristan Law Show. Thank you so much for joining me today. And don't forget to check out After the Show. It's going to be dropping at 5 p.m. Eastern, wherever you find your YouTube shorts. There's only one place to find them, on YouTube. I'm Tristan Law. This is the Tristan Law Show. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Feeling alive, nothing in sight, forever in flight. Follow those lines, we're making this